Welcome to our first Diamonds on the Move. Ms. Keoweditse Moremedi, a professional nurse and founder of Tsoseletso Health Care Clinic in Khalishiwe. Diamonds on the Move is a program within it's one of the programs within the Romana Media House, where we profile our movers and shakers in Khalishiwe or in Kimberley. Welcome, Ms. Keoweditse.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
We are happy to be here with you. Just give us a brief background. Who is Keoweditse? Keoweditse Kima.
My name is Keoweditse. My surname is Moremedi. I am a professional nurse, as you have mentioned. I am born and grew up in Kuruman. Attended my school in Kuruman until my matric. I did my matric at Keoweditse High School in Keoweditse in Kuruman. Basically, I'm from a village called Stine in Kuruman. After my high school, I got an opportunity. After a few years, I got an opportunity to go and study my nursing in the Northwest Province in Klerksdorp at Excelsior Nursing College. That's where I did my diploma in nursing science. I am a mother of 2 girls. They both finished their school. The elder one did study marketing and communication. She's now busy with the internships, and the younger one also did study IT. She's also busy with the internship.
Okay. And at home, do you have siblings? Do you have sisters or brothers? And your parents?
Yes, both my parents are still alive. At home, we are a family of 5 children. I've got 3 sisters. Unfortunately, my brother passed on 2021 January. I am the last born in the family.
Just tell us briefly, growing up with your siblings, how was it like? Or in what type of an environment?
Growing up in a village, in the family that we grew up in a very disadvantaged family. I can say that. Because why? I remember very well the way we were so disadvantaged. I started my school, my grade 1, at the age of 9. And it happened that I started the school with my 2 siblings, with my 3rd born sister and my brother. So the 3 of us had to start at grade 1 at that age. So myself was at the age of 9, so you can imagine about other my siblings. So growing up in a village, it was not easy. I remember there was a time we had to stay with our uncle, whereby our mother went to look for a job, because we grew up, we've been raised up by a single mother. And then later, fortunately, we got a stepfather that brought light into our family. I would say he brought a light into our family, because it's only now then we were able to can go to school. And remember, by then, everything, we were paying for everything. We were paying for school fees, we were buying books and everything. So that's how at least we managed, me and my brother, because it's only the 2 of us that managed to have a matric. We managed to have that light.
So basically, when you started going to school, that's when the stepfather was in your lives.
Yes.
That is when you were able to
get money. That or no, children cannot just be like this, they must go to school. Because what happened, I've got 3 sisters. My elder sister grew up with my aunt, and then my 2nd born sister, she never went to school. That's what happened. And then we met with the stepfather, and then he sees it very important to say, no, the children must go to school. So that's when
you guys went to school.
Yes.
So after matric, that's when you went to the nursing college.
Yes, not immediately after my matric, because I think it was after 5 years of my matric, then I got learnership to go and do my nursing studies.
But then what happened within that 5 years between after you matriculated and getting the opportunity to go to the college?
Nothing much happened in that time. I remember I worked in a stationery shop it was not for long, for about a year, but nothing much happened around that time. It was just quiet. It was only the opportunity that I got to work in that stationery shop for that little amount of money, but basically for me, it was just to build my knowledge and to upskill myself.
So growing up as a child, what did you actually wanted to be? Did you always wanted to be a nurse, or you wanted to be something else? You just said this opportunity came up, or exactly what is it that you aspired for?
I wanted to be a doctor. In the first place, I wanted to be a doctor, and then after my matric, I would say I got a little bit distracted, because I remember there was a time I wanted to follow mining sector. I remember I went for an interview to pursue metallurgy in mining, but okay, I didn't get the opportunity. And then later on, I heard about the nursing college, and then I started pursuing this thing of nursing. I think the other thing that inspired me or motivated me is the fact that I remember I got sick when I was staying at home, nothing happening. I got sick to an extent that I had to go to the clinic every now and then that's where I think I got the motivation to say I would want to become a nurse. And then after that, I remember Kuruman was still northwest by then. I applied several times to Henrietta, but I was rejected because my points were qualifying me, but the issue was just the geographical area. Yes, that's what I think it was plus minus 3 years I was applying, then they always give me the same reason, or due to geographical area, we cannot take you in. And then fortunately enough, I heard about Keoweditse Nursing College, and then I started applying for that school. I think I also applied again, plus minus for a couple of years, because I remember the first year I didn't get an answer, and then the second year I applied, they acknowledged my application, and then there was another process. After that process, I got a regret after the shortlisting. The third year I applied again. After my third application, they acknowledged my application, and then they said I must wait for the other process, whereby I got the reply of the other process in a very short space of time, because I remember the date that I got the response. I went to the post office with my brother, and then I saw a brown envelope. Those days they were using brown envelope written like official. Yes, I saw that. Once I saw that envelope, I knew it was an answer from the college. What they normally did those times, when you applied and then you are not successful, they will return everything that you sent, your application letter, your documents, they send you everything. So that envelope was so thick, then I thought, it's again that thing. Yes, I got a regret. They sent, but when I opened, no, before the response, I got the interview date in a closer time because they responded to say you are selected for the interview. But on this date, you must let us know if you are attending the interview. So I went to the interview without informing them because I got the letter late. But then I just went for the interview. When I got to the interview, my name was there, and then I got interviewed. After the interview, they said they will answer in 2 months. And then I got my response in 7 months' time, whereby it was the following year, and I was ready to reapply again.
My goodness.
Yes, I was ready to reapply again on that year. That's when we went to the post office with my brother. Then I got that envelope. And then when I opened the envelope was saying, they started with apologizing. We are apologizing, yes, for the delay that we took in responding. And then can you please come and report to the college on this date. It was in February when I got the response, February 2006. And then they said in June the 23rd, you must respond to the college, you must have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I didn't mind the list that they said. The fact that please report to the college, that was took me I loved that. I loved that. The fact that I remember I met the other lady in town. She's also a nurse at our village, and she was the one, if I remember well, she recommended that. And then I told her, you won't believe the report that I got now. And then she was like, what? I told her I just got the letter now to say I must report at the college. And we just screamed in that butchery that we were in. And then she said, no, that's it, girl. Your life has started.
I wondered, were you able to sleep that night from the excitement?
I managed to sleep. But the excitement was there, and then the mind has to run around because there was a list to say, you must bring these books, you must bring this 1, 2, 3, 4, you must bring this 1, 2, 3, 4. And the other part that I liked about it, it wasn't much of a pressure for me to say, where am I going to get the money? How am I going to get that? I remember there was a lady at the municipality. She offered me, there was this TUT people were writing. There was an office at the municipality they were using at the center of writing, and then they took me as a invigilator there. So that money, only to find out that opportunity came at the right time. I was about to get the money from that piece job of doing the invigilation. And then that's how I managed to buy everything, because I just contacted, there's a bookshop in Potchefstroom van Skyke. I contacted that shop, I bought all the books.
So everything was just at the right time.
At the right time.
Just at the right time.
It was just at the right time.
And your life at the college, how was it? Coming from a village, the transition from a village to a sort of township, although the college was in town, was it in the
Yes, the college is in town. Life at the college, it didn't bother me or affect me, but the life at the college, I would say my age, when I compare to the classmates that I have, because I remember the youngest in our class, she was 19 years old, if I remember well. But looking at my age, but I didn't allow that to bother me. Coming from Kuruman, it didn't allow language barrier, behavior, because I remember the other day we were in Checkers in Klerksdorp with my classmate in Checkers. We were all from Kuruman. This mama just came to us and said, where are you from? Are you from Taung? And then she was like, I could recognize you are from that side. So we didn't allow the environment to take away ourselves. Yes. The other thing happened I was doing practicals in Mabopani. We went to shopping center the other day. I was standing there with my other colleague, also from Kuruman. So you know, most at Mabopane, it's a big city. You wouldn't want anyone to notice you are not from around.
Not from there.
Yes. But surprisingly, this guy just noticed. How he noticed, maybe he has been there listening to us, we don't know. He just approached us and asked us, where in Mutibista do you come from? Then me and my colleague, we looked at each other. And then we said to him, no, we're not from Mutibista, we're from Mabopane. And then he said, no, you are lying, you are not from here, you are from Mutibista. Okay, later on we told him where we are from. So I believe that it didn't change who I am. Wherever I went, I remained
humble. You remained the
Yes.
person who's from Kurumani.
Yes.
So you represented Kurumani very well.
Yes.
And then after your college, after the nursing, tell us about the day when you were graduating. It was like, okay, today is the end and it's the graduation day.
Okay, after completion of my studies, because we were doing 4-year diploma, I was placed in Northwest again, in Switzerland. And then that's where the other excitement came again to say, yeah, really, I did it. I managed to complete my diploma in 4 years. I didn't fail any level. I'm gonna be placed to do my community service. That was the exciting part, because that's where now the start of responsibility is setting in. And then the graduation, we were at the college. There was a January intake and a July intake. So we were in the July group intake. So we completed 2010 June, and then we had to graduate October, November. So we went to the graduation while we were in the field working. Then we went for the graduation. For me, the day of graduation was a big achievement for me. I remember in my growing, in the challenges that I had while I was growing. In 1996, my firstborn, she's of 1996. After that, I remember I was staying with my elder sister. After I got a child, my sister said to me, we were helping you, so when you decided you want a child, so sort yourself out. I remember there was a time I was sitting alone and thinking very deeply, not realizing I'm praying. I said, God, my sister thinks she's just what is the word? I felt like my sister wanted to meditate. That's how I felt.
You felt, yes.
But I told God, let her see myself one day graduate. I didn't know in what, but I just said graduation. That's what I said to God. I just want my sister to see me one day graduating. And it happened.
You want to see her being proud of you.
It happened. So that day, that thing came back to me. To say, no, I once made a wish, I once made a prayer in me, and here I am today.
So God is good.
God is good.
So just take us through your journey after graduation. You started working.
After my graduation, I did my community service in Switzerland, like I mentioned. And then after my community service, there were challenges as well. I remember we came to that district as 4 professional nurses, 3 assistant nurses. We were all 7. After our term of community service, all 6 went out of
They were no longer serving
they
their
completed,
community.
Yes. But
So
myself,
they dropped off
no,
the project.
no, they were given they completed their service. They got the report that you completed, everything is fine. But myself, I didn't get the report to say where am I standing. I remember I had to run around after the facility manager to ask him, people got their report, where is my report? And then she said to me, no, Sister Moremedi, I don't know what happened. I went to the area health area manager to ask. People are out of probation. That's the word I wanted.
They were using.
People are out of probation. Then what happened to me? Nobody could give me the answer. And remember, it was in 2013. After 3 years, it was in 2013. And then I sat down to ask myself, now what is this?
Did I make it or not?
Yes, because I told my facility manager to say, I don't have a problem, but you must just give me a report to say, Sister Moremedi, you didn't qualify to finish your probation because of 1, 2, 3. But now if you keep me quiet, way forward, what is the way forward for me? Okay, my manager failed me. My area manager failed me. I would say I'm a chance taker. Yes, I'm a risk taker. Myself, I sat down and thought, and I'm like, no man, these people, they don't know me. They didn't train me. That's what I said. They didn't train me. They just saw me. I came here as a professional nurse. I might as well go. Okay, I remember I came to Kimberley the other day, in and out, to drop my CV at Kimberley Hospital. My other colleague said to me, I didn't know. It's so simple. Because I remember that day I told her I'm going to look for a job. And then I came in and out, I went back. And then she was like, girl, I didn't know you were so serious. Yes, I'm serious. I dropped my CV and then I went back. Luckily the same day, I came as to drop my CV. But when I got there, the lady that I was talking to this whole time, and then when I get there to drop the CV, then she's like, no, the nursing manager is here, so she will also do interview you. Then I was like, okay, I went in, we did the interview.
The interview?
Yes, we did the interview. I completed most my diploma in 2010. And then 2012, I got a sponsorship to do my management course. So when I was coming to KH, I was having completed my management course. I think I was still awaiting graduation as well. So the nursing manager, when she went through my CV and my qualification, and then she asked me, you qualified not so long and you already have a management. And then she's like, is it the district that you're working for that took you for the management course? Then I said, no, I did it myself. I remember after getting the learnership for the management course, my manager again refused to give me study leave. She literally refused, and my area manager refused. They told me it's not the curriculum that falls under their profiles. For whatsoever reasons, I don't know. Okay, but I pursued it. Because I remember I had to attend classes in Rustenburg. I was attending the classes during my off days, fortunate enough. Then this nursing manager was so surprised. No, it's so soon. It's so soon. Then I was asking myself, is there a time frame set to say you will qualify for this after a certain period? We had an interview, I went back. It was in October 2013. 2013, November, end of November, they answered me to say, hey, Miss Moremedi, when can you start? I told them I will start December. I wrote a letter to Mamusa sub-district to say, I hereby resign. That's what I did. And then the area manager came to me, yo, Sister Moremedi, why are you not asking for a transfer? I said to her, I know what I want. If I wanted a transfer, I would have asked for a transfer. So I resigned. The reason why I resigned, I just wanted a short story. I didn't want a long story because I knew when you ask for a transfer, it can be a 5-year or 10-year process. So resignation for me, it was a solution. Okay, yes. 2013 November, I served my notice. 2013 November, I served my notice there. 2013 December, I started working in KH.
Okay. So you worked at KH?
I worked at KH for about 2 years. Like I'm saying, I'm a risk taker. I remember very well when I was coming out of Switzerland, there was this other sister that I was working with her. I told the sister, Lisa, you know what? I'm this person that just decide. I will go even if I don't have a direction. I will make a decision at the four-way crossing. That's what I said to her. I will stand there, decide, do I go right, do I go left, or do I go straight? That's what I said to her. And then when coming to KH, I told them again, I'm going to work in Kimberley Hospital, but that is my... I'm going somewhere. It's just a transition.
Yes,
I'm going somewhere. I was just saying I'm going somewhere, but I didn't know where I'm going. But I just told them I'm gonna just use this as just as a transition. Okay, I worked at KH 2013 December until 2014-15. I worked 2.5 years because I remember I resigned again at KH. It was in May, the 9th of May. I resigned. It was in the morning, I resigned. And then I just resigned, not knowing where I'm going, but I resigned. After my resignation, I resigned on a Monday morning. Wednesday, I got a call from Cape Town. The lady was calling me to say, Miss Moremedi, can we offer you a job at Clicks? I said yes. And then she said, can you start in July? I said to her, no, I will start in June. And then she was like, Miss Moremedi, listen to me again. No, I'm sober. I'm sober, I can hear you. I will start in June. And then this lady was like, lady, I will start in June. Luckily, it came. I was saving, the 9th of May when I resigned, I started saving my notice until the
end of June.
End of May. So the 1st of June, I started with retail. And then I went to retail.
But I mean, did you just decide out of the blue to say, okay, today or tomorrow I'm just resigning, just like that?
No.
Or did something happen?
Something happened. Something happened. I remember when I was still working for the government, I'm not a morning person. I prefer to work night shift than waking up in the morning going to work. So it happened that weekend, and I'm someone that doesn't want to inconvenience people. I will sometimes not feel well, but I will just push to go to work to say this is my shift. I don't want to inconvenience anyone. I remember I was weekend in that weekend. It was on a Friday. I went to do a piece job in Richie. When I come back, I'm not feeling well. I'm getting flu. Okay, the night I went to work, Friday night. Saturday night, I went to work. Around 8, when I'm at work, I looked into my phone. When I look into my phone, I've got like 7 call me messages. It was from my daughter. And then I'm like, so many callbacks, what happened? I called. When I called my daughter, she is crying. Mommy, there's a snake in the house.
You?
A snake, yes. Okay. I called the night manager. Sister, this is the situation at my place. I left my kids alone. There's a snake in the house. The manager was like, no, sister, I cannot release you. Can you ask the neighbors to go and check what is happening? I told her, I don't have neighbors because I don't want to expose my situation to the neighbors to say they can now realize what these kids are being left alone. It was a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old. 12-year-old was my daughter, the 14-year-old was my sister's daughter. And then, I think for an hour, I was just asking this lady, can you release me to go and check? She said to me, I must call the police. No, call the police. I asked her, for what? And then I just allowed her to do that stupid thing that we did because she asked our switchboard to put me through to the police. I called and then informed the policeman that picked up the call. there's a snake in my house. And then this guy said to me, we're also afraid of snakes. We don't do with snakes. Kill my point exactly. I just want to show my manager what an act of foolishness we are doing. Okay. After an hour, there was this doctor. I was working in maternity by that time. This doctor, I was working in high care. Doctor came to me to say, sister, that patient that is about to deliver, I don't have a problem to have that patient when you're not here. But what your manager is doing is not right. Okay. I went. I just took my bag and left. I went. I was staying in 4-way Sochwareng. Luckily, when I come, there is an accident there by the 4-way. The police are there, there's an ambulance there, there's a lot of people. Okay, I parked the car, I went in. Just where my daughter was saying the snake is there, the snake was still lying there. I went back to the street.
Sitting with the snake for more than an hour. 2 girls in the house.
In the house. I went to the street and then asked this guy, can you please come and help me? There's a snake in the house. And then this papa came with me, got into the house, said, as long as you look and know it's there, it's just sitting under the sofa, looking out like that. And then we came into the house, killed the snake. By the way, I was not supposed to go back to work. I was supposed to stay with my kids. I took my kids to the other lady I know in Ramatzela. I took them to go and sleep there. I went back to work. When I get at work, my manager calls. When she calls, she says to me, Sister Moremedi, you are back, but you're not telling me you are back. I asked her, from where? I didn't tell you, Mos, I'm leaving. Wouldn't you be surprised if I call you and say, Sister, I'm back? You will be surprised, Mos, because you didn't release me. I didn't tell you I'm leaving. Okay, it wanted to be an exchange of words there, but I was like, it's okay. Sunday, my flu is worse. I was sick. I was supposed to call at work to tell them I am not well, I won't be able to come. But then something told me, no, if you don't come, they will think it's the issue of yesterday. Maybe you are angry about yesterday. I went to work that Sunday night like that. But I had this thing. So Monday morning, when I knock off, I had this thing to say, no, I cannot live like I'm at the mercy of someone. I sat at the office, I typed my resignation letter, I printed it, I took it to acting AD's office to say, this is my resignation letter. I resigned like that. That's what pushed me
to resign.
I have got full operation over this clinic. I'm alone. I'm taking the full responsibility. I'm taking full accountability of everything that must be done there. It's possible that I can do this for myself. Okay, it was in 2017 when this thing came to me, because I remember I went to Bloemfontein for orientation. Education of the clinic, I applied for the practice number, I got my practice number. And then 2019-2020, no movement about the clinic. 2020, I decided, end of 2020, I'm quitting my job. I'm going to sit and focus on this. Yes, because I'm working Monday to Friday. I don't have a chance to go to the offices, to go wherever I have to go. I remember the other challenge after my company registration, there are permits that I have to apply for. With unemployed, and then I was running after others. I remember I went to Pretoria personally. I had to go to Pretoria personally now to go and do the application for those permits. It was also a challenge again there. That lady, when I was there, she said to me, it's going to take 2 weeks for me to get the permits. It took me like 6 weeks. No, it was 3 months. It took me 3 months. Every now and then I will be sending emails to ask, I didn't sign. Director General didn't sign. Still waiting for the DG to sign. Still waiting for the DG to sign. And I prepared myself again. I was on the preparation to say I'm going back to Pretoria again. Luckily I got the news your certificates are ready for collection, because I must go and pick them up. They don't,
Personally.
yes, they don't post.
Oh. So there's always been hurdles in your life.
Yes,
They've always been
a
something.
lot.
And what have you learned from all those hurdles?
What I learned is that nothing comes easy.
Yes. Yes.
Nothing comes easy. There is a there is power in words. Because remember, I told you, I said to my colleague, I'm gonna use a place as a transition. I'm going somewhere, and not knowing I'm going somewhere.
Where are you
So
going?
by this saying I'm going somewhere, it
Yes.
happened. I went somewhere.
Yes.
I went to Clicks. I said I'm passing. I went somewhere. So what we speak, it comes to life.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I learned.
So now here you are your own boss, you've got your certificates, your permits and everything. How is life like? How's the business life from being employed and getting a salary and now to being your own boss?
My permits and everything, all my documentation that I needed. I still have to struggle in getting the offers. I remember by that time I was doing house visit. I was doing my services at home, per appointment or per call. And it was not much. I remember I was getting one client in a month. But one thing that I said to myself, I said, Lord, even if I can get 150 rand in a month, I will hold on to this vision that I'm having.
Yes.
I will not give up, because I believe this 150 rand that I'm getting, one day it will turn into 150,000. That's what I said.
Yes.
And then it was a struggle again for me to get an office.
Office space.
So after a long struggle, I managed to get an office, a space, whereby for me, getting an office, it was a success for me. Yes, it was a success for me. I had to thank God and celebrate it, to say I'm celebrating the open doors of Tsoseliso Healthcare Clinic. Though there are still struggles as well. Starting a business of this kind, I have to partnership with the department for some of the services. Several times to the offices, the manager's offices, with no positive response. I remember there is this program of EPI that deals with the immunization of babies. I applied for this program 2022 March. I sent in my application because I remember it took a couple of years. I was told the SLA, the MOU is not signed, I have to wait for it. I waited until March 2022, I got the MOU. I filled in my application, I sent in my application. I only got the positive response in September. So I had to wait from March to September. After that, there were also struggles, there were ups and downs. But in October, finally I got what I was supposed to get from the EPI side. I'm knocking every now and then, no positive response.
But you are holding in.
I'm holding in.
You are holding up there. You were recently chosen as a winner for a pitch competition. I think it was presented by your team, your Township Economic Development Entrepreneurs Alliance. Just tell us, in your preparations for the pitch, how did you prepare for it? And also, just that moment when they announced you as the winner, how did you feel like?
With this Kasi workshop, it happened that I come across the advert. Then I just said to myself, let me take this opportunity and see what it can bring for me. Preparation, there was no much of a preparation. I just RSVP'd, and then I RSVP'd as attendance, I RSVP'd as an exhibitor as well. And then there was this part whereby as exhibitors you can again enter into the competition, the pitch competition, whereby you pitch. We had to send a pitch video of 1 minute about your business. So I did that. I did send in the video for the pitch. The closing date was on a Friday, the 18th, 10 o'clock. And then I remember there was a struggle again for me to send in the video. When I had to send in the video, there was a network struggle. I'm in Kuruman, there's no network. I'm calling my daughter here in Kimberley where we stay, there's no network. I had to call my other daughter that is at Revival FM to say, yeah, Reba, this is the situation here. Assist there. And then I forwarded her the video, and then I remember very well, 9:40, was it 9:45 or 9:47? That's when my video went in. Yes, remember our cut-off time, it was 10 o'clock. And then they said 6 p.m. If you didn't receive any response, just know you are not successful. Okay, I came back to Kimberley the Friday because I was preparing to attend the exhibition on the Saturday. In the afternoon, we are in the house, and then I even forgot. I forgot about the pitch. What was into me is just tomorrow I must attend the exhibition. When we were there, then Reba is in her phone, and then she's like, "This is a scam." What scam? No, this email is a scam. I said, let me look. And then when I have a look, congratulations to Soleto Healthcare Clinic, you've been through to the finalist. No, this is not a scam. It's the email from that competition. I'm in. Okay, then they were like, prepare yourself for the final pitch tomorrow. Okay. I went there tomorrow morning for the pitch. I remember when we were in the house at night, I said to them, hey, I'm gonna come up with the 50,000 tomorrow. It was like a joke I was saying to them. And then when I went to this lady, I told them I'm from Soleto Healthcare Clinic. For me, those people, they didn't know what is happening, because that lady thought I'm from the government, I'm going to sit there and do people blood pressures. Then I said to her, no, I'm in business.
Service provider.
Yes, I told her, no, I'm in business. And then she's like, huh? Kira, no, I'm in business. I'm operating a private clinic. Private clinic. I said yes. And then, okay, she went to show me a table. In that email, we were told to look for the other lady. I went to this lady to say, I got the message that I must come and look for you. I'm from Soleto, I'm one of the people that are coming to pitch. And then this lady was like, I saw these things, clinic things at the table because my mother was a matron, and I didn't know what is happening here. I told her, I'm a professional nurse, I'm in business, I'm operating a private clinic, and I'm here to come and take the 50,000 pitch. And then she was like, if you don't take this money, I don't know now. Okay, I went to sit there by my table. When I'm sitting there by my table, that guy that was the MC for the program that day, and then he came to me, and then he's like, I can't wait to hear your pitch. And then I said to him, by the way, I'm the winner. And then he went away. He went away, and then, okay, the time came. We pitched. I remember in Kuruman, the Friday morning where I was doing the pitch, I went to this other youth center office there by our village. That's where I was doing my video. I remember when I was getting out of that door, I told those girls, Wait for my call. I will call you to tell you about the 50,000. Okay. I just had the positiveness in me to say I deserve this. It was my first speech. It was my first business speech to come and talk about the business. And then that happened.
And when we called your name, was it obvious?
It was obvious, and at the same time, really? Or am I dreaming? No. And for the fact that I knew it, I believed that, I thought I knew it, I'm gonna win this. It was overwhelming. At the same time, I was so excited to say, I spoke it, it came into being.
Yes.
It came into being.
Yes. And what advice can you give to aspiring business people, men and women, especially this time of the year, because it's the beginning of the year. We are awaiting your matric results. Some didn't do well at school, some didn't do well at universities. What can you tell them?
My word of advice and encouragement to people in business, it's not easy. But what I would say, once you have a vision, once you started putting your vision down, once you have implemented your vision, you see it, here is my vision. No matter how long it takes.
Yes.
It's demoralizing at times. I will make an example with myself. I would come every day into my office and sit in the office and go back without seeing any client, without seeing anyone. People will call and book to say, sister, I want to come for family planning, I want to come bring my child for immunization, I want to come for pap smear. They don't pitch. I don't allow that to distract me. I don't allow that to pull me down. For the fact that I don't want to see this as a failure, I'm going to hold on to this, no matter how long it takes. I know I will reach my destiny, because there is somewhere where I'm looking forward to, and I know one day I will be there.
That's powerful. That's quite powerful, knowing that your destiny will come, knowing that your time will come for you to shine. So this is just a passage for you to get where you are supposed to be. That was Keoweditse, a professional nurse, and the founder of Keoweditse Medical Health Care Clinic in Khalishiwe. I think currently you are the only one with the service within the township, or is there another healthcare clinic?
There are other competitors. In the location, I believe I'm the only one, but I will take West End as a location, as a township, because it's nearer. There is another competitor there. Other private competitors, most of them, I think about 4 of them, they are in town. So there is plus minus 5-6 competitors in the same type of business that I'm doing.
But just for interest's sake, why do you see a space for this business within your health environment? Because I guess there are clinics, there are hospitals, there are doctors. So is there a need for this niche market?
There is a huge need. There is a huge need whereby one of the gap or the research that I did and find out there is a huge need for our community in terms of healthcare services. And then that's where the persuasion came in to say our communities are suffering. So I said to myself as Keoweditse, let me come in and advocate for my society or for my community. Yes, come up with a solution, because what, based on the research that I did, there's a lot of restrictions and limitations in terms of service delivery to our community. If I can make an example, some of the services are rendered according to days.
Yes, where you are told you can only come in on Wednesday.
Yes, and then there is a time set to say between this time and this time is only then we can help you. Whereby it's some sort of limitations and restrictions to our community members. Most of our communities members are working. They are Monday to Friday at work. Our clinics, our government clinics operate Monday to Friday, 8 until 4. After 4, they cannot be helped. Limitations in terms of you skipped your date, we will not help you, go back. So those are the things that I found out, and then I said, let me come and intervene. Let me come and be of a help to my community. Still, based on our private practices that we have, there's still limitations. If I can make an example, like I was working in clinics. At Clinics Clinic, you cannot just come for family planning. You just come and start your family planning. You must go consult a doctor. The doctor must give you a prescription. You must come and buy the medicine for the sister at the clinic to inject you. Whereby it's a lot of it's time, it's process, it's money involved in there. So with my clinic, a person just comes in for the family planning. I do the necessary consultation, the necessary assessment, and then initiate the contraception or the service that the client needs. So that's why I'm saying there is a huge need. That's why I said, let me come and advocate for the community. Yes, I'm advocating at a certain fee that is being charged. I also bear it in mind. I remember in everything that we do, there will be people will criticize you. Yes. I remember when I started posting my services, I heard there was a comment to say, yo, oh, what's Hamika, 20 rand. People were seeing the blood pressure 20 rand. I remember I got so many calls to say, I was saying, no, perhaps me at 350. I'm doing this for my community. Yes. My response to this comment or to these critics, I was like, okay, people undermined my services and they undermine the money that I'm charging. Maybe to their mind, someone has to have that price set to achieve whatever, I don't know. I said to myself, let the people wait and see where the 20 rand will take me. And I'm still having that thing in me to say, the 20 rand is going to take me somewhere. Yes.
So in other words, looking in terms of affordability, your services are affordable.
Yes.
So that's what makes you accessible to the community.
To the community. The other thing that I also advocated in Worth, like I mentioned, most of our facilities, they work Monday to Friday. They are time oriented, bound to saying 8 to 4. I extend my hours of service. If a client said to me, sister, I'm knocking off at 4:30, can I be at the clinic at 5? I extend my hours to say, no problem, you are welcome. I extend my hours to say, I will help you on a public holiday. I will help you on a Saturday. So that's the difference that I'm making, or the difference that I'm coming up with, or the difference that I'm willing to offer to my community.
Just how you are serving your community.
Yes.
To make sure that they are well taken care of.
Yes.
Just take us through the services that you are offering.
Okay. The services that I'm offering here in Keoweditse Healthcare Clinic, I offer gynecology services, pediatric services, and adult services. Under pediatric, I offer services like well baby consultation with deworming, baby immunization, well baby consultation, nutrition, whereby I give advices on the nutrition. And then under adult, I do services like blood pressure checkup, sugar checkup, cholesterol checkup, HIV test, counseling and testing, iron test, B12 shots, Voltaren shots. And then under gynecology, I do services like pap smears, family planning. The antenatal services, I'm still on hold for that because remember I mentioned there is a delay with the department with regards to yes,
your permits and all your...
Not necessarily the permits, it's just for the provincial department to give me documentation because remember I don't want to use a different booklet. Yes, I want to use the same booklet that we are using because I'm only gonna take them through the antenatal journey, and then the delivery part they have to go to the department to do the delivery. So that's where I'm delayed. So the antenatal part is still on hold, but other services they are available.
Thank you very much, Keoweditse. Guys, I think you've heard for yourself. Persistence. Keep on believing in yourself. Don't give up. I think that is the moral of the story. And it is never too late to do anything. She started schooling at the age of 9 with her siblings, but she managed to finish her matric. She stayed at home for more than 5 years without nothing to do, working piece jobs. But when the opportunity presented itself, she went for it. Thank you very much for being with us. We'll see each other on our next Diamond on the Move.